Hello. I'm really hoping I'm like not crooked or upside down. So if somebody hops on, if my video is oriented wrong, let me know. Now I'm a couple minutes early. Now when I do my nutritional workshops, I always do it with my friend Bridget. So there's two of us sitting here in this really awkward time of waiting for people to hop on. So I'm really missing my friends right now while I sit here. We'll wait just a minute to give a few people a chance to, for it to be 7 o'clock when we're supposed to start. Or I guess 8 o'clock if you're on East Coast. Like 30 more seconds and we'll get started. I hope everyone's had a good Wednesday. Some of our schools started here today. My kids don't start for another week, but so crazy. The summer just flew by. Okay, I'm gonna get started because it's 7 o'clock. And if you're watching this back, I don't want you to have to sit through me sitting here talking to myself for too long. And if you're on, I want to respect your time and get going. But just welcome. Thank you for hopping on. I know that if you're invited, just take it as a compliment because we get to choose who we work with, which is really great. And if they ask you to come take a listen and take a peek at this business, it's because they think highly of you, which is really awesome. Tonight is really a mini Discover Arbonne. And what this means is Discover Arbonne is like an information session that we do to share with people different aspects about the business. Usually we share a good bit of detail, and I put it that this is a mini DA because I'm not planning on sharing quite so much detail. My goal really is that you have an idea if you want more info, that you learn just enough that you can see if might this be a fit in my life? Could it possibly serve a need for me or a purpose for me or for my family? Could it fit into my life in some capacity? And if so, then we can give you all the details you want. But I really, I would love for you to not let preconceived ideas run your thought process through this tonight. But instead that you'll just take a minute to really ask yourself, what are some things that I want in my life? What are some things I need in my life? And can Arbonne help me get from goal A to goal B? Because I'll tell you, our goal, we never want to force anyone into Arbonne. We want to help people. We want to serve people, and whether it's through our nutrition program or if it's through our business. And we only want you to do this if it's going to do that for you. So just a little bit of information on Arbonne if you're not very familiar. It is a health and wellness company. It's been around for about 35 years, over 35 years. I think we're at 38, which is notable. It's notable that we have been a reputable and successful company for that long, because the fact is there are a million companies out there now. But, some of them are only here for a short blip, and some of them haven't been here long enough to really establish that they are going to be able to follow through on what they're saying. So we have a great reputation. We've been around for a long time, and we've had the same ideals, pure, safe, and beneficial from the very beginning. Our founder had this vision in the 80s, but well before the health and wellness trend started. And I just think that's so remarkable. And I love that those were our core values before they became trendy. We have top safety standards. We actually ban over 2,000 ingredients in our products. And if you don't know, in the United States, the US bans 10 to 15 in skincare and cosmetics. It's craziness. So we have really safe products. They're safe products that work. All of our products are vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free, GMO-free, just really, really great high quality. And we have a super wide range of products, from skincare to cosmetics to nutrition. And I will tell you, from a business standpoint, this is huge because I have something for everyone. If somebody's not interested in skincare, no problem, because I've got this amazing protein shake over here. Very seldom do I meet someone where I don't have an Arbonne product that can serve them. So I love having this wide range of products, and they're products that people already use every day. If we walked into their house, you would be able to find products that Arbonne sells, which means we're not asking them to start something crazy. we're just asking them to consider a different brand. And for me, that's really helpful because I am not a salesperson and I really want it to be something natural. But tonight, you're here to talk about the business, not the product. So let's get to it. First, I want to be honest and tell you that no one wants to be an Arbonne consultant or any consultant when they grow up. That's not our dream. That's not what we're thinking about when we're 5. And yeah, I want to be realistic about this. I love this business and I love Arbonne, but it's not like that was my dream. This is still not my dream. But I wanted you to challenge you to see Arbonne as a vehicle to what your dreams and goals may be. And so I'm going to explain this just a little bit by sharing a bit of my story. When I first started, which by the way, I was a hard no for months. But when I first started, it was for one purpose. It was to send my daughter to preschool. So a little background, I was a middle school teacher for almost a decade. Teaching is my passion. I love working with kids. And I got pregnant with my second child, and we found out when I was 18 weeks pregnant that she was going to be born with several severe heart defects. And we learned very quickly that if she survived her first surgery, I could not return to work. And whenever she was, so I had not worked her entire life. She's 4. We have her 3rd open heart surgery. And she turned 5 in May, which means in Texas, which is where I am, she could go to kindergarten in the fall. Well, before that 3rd surgery, Madison couldn't be in groups of kids. So academically, she was fine because I did stuff with her, but she had never been in like groups of kids. And she did have some gross motor and speech delays that had me concerned. So I did not want her going to kinder at 5. I wanted her to go to preschool. My ex-husband, he did not feel that way. He did not want to pay for school, and he would not pay for school out of our family money. So when I started Arbonne, it was to send my daughter to preschool, and that was it. I wanted to be able to pay her tuition, and I did. And then I paid for her school, and then what do I know? I ended up having extra, and I ended up being able to start doing things that were indulgent for me since I hadn't been working full-time. And so I started with this little goal, this one little goal. That was my biggest vision. Well, fast forward a little bit, I'm now a single mom of 3, and Arbonne is my primary income. It is the only reason that after the divorce, I have not had to go right back into a full-time job in the traditional workplace. And I am so grateful for that because I didn't want everything to change for my kids at once. I didn't want them to lose their family structure and then lose me to work all at the same time. It's just too much. And so, you know, I started wanting to pay for preschool, and now it's like my primary income, and it is why my kids have stability right now. And then the other thing that Arbonne has done for me is it's allowed me to start dreaming again. Like, there are things that I had just sort of set aside, and I'm like, you know, I can do that. Like, I want to travel. Got to go to San Francisco recently, and it was such an amazing experience. I'm like, I want to travel. I want to be able to give back in big ways. I want to be able to give in ways that people can't pay me back. And the fact is even if I went back to teaching full time, which again, it's my passion, my issue is not with teaching itself, but that paycheck isn't even going to be enough to support my family, much less allow for these bigger vision dreams that I have, the hopes that I have of traveling with my kids and being able to give back in substantial ways. So yeah, I think this is important for everyone to ask themselves. If I keep doing what I'm doing, where will I be in 5 years or in 10 years? Are you going to be any closer to reaching those goals? Are you going to be any closer to being able to give to something you want to give to, or any closer to that home renovation, or any closer to getting to travel? Because if I went back to teaching, I could teach for 20 years and I'm not ever going to be able to do those things. It's just not. My paycheck's going to increase by a few thousand, and that's going to be it. And let's face it, teachers aren't paid much, which is like a soapbox of mine. But so I mean, really ask yourself, if I keep doing what I'm doing, where will I be in 5 to 10 years? And you know what? If you're happy with the answer, like, go, sister. Like, that is awesome. I just know for me that, you know, if I went back to teaching, that would not be my answer. The answer would not be, I'm okay with where I am. I would want to be somewhere different. To be somewhere different, you have to do something different. So Arbonne can be a chance to take that control. For some people, It's taking control of finances. They have a financial need. People don't go to sleep worried about their skincare. They go to sleep worried about paying their bills. So maybe it's a financial need like me. Some people want a choice to travel. My friend Leslie, when she started, she wanted to take her husband to Paris for their 10-year wedding anniversary. It was like apparently like this lifetime goal of hers. She started Arbonne to pay for that trip, and she did, and now she's a regional vice president. One of my other team members, Joyce, she started, gosh, she's like the sweetest person. She found out about this organization that helps kids who have like gotten pulled into like sex trafficking, and she wanted to support this organization in this like monthly way. So she started Arbonne to do that so she could give back. And some people want time freedom. I just got to hear one of the #1 income earners in Arbonne speak this weekend. She and her husband were both corporate accountants before she started Arbonne. They both made 6 figures. Like, they did not need money, but they both worked 50 to 70 hours a week, sometimes more than that. They were making money, but they couldn't even enjoy their life because they had to work so much. So whether it's time freedom, financial freedom, whatever, Arbonne can just give you choices that you might not otherwise have. So as you're thinking about, is this something I might want to do? I mean, just ask yourself, is there a point A and a point B, and Arbonne can help me get to that point B? Can it be my vehicle? And the beautiful part is when you're trying to reach your own goals, you're helping other people reach theirs, whether it's through the business or it's through our nutrition program, whatever it is. I love that my job is basically to serve other people. So when you're looking at a network marketing, social marketing, personal business, whatever you want to call it, because there are a million choices out there today, there are a few things that I really highly recommend you take into consideration. The first one, of course, is the products, or are the products. Are they consumable? There are some companies I love and I adore their products, but once I buy 5 of them, like, I'm set for life, and that's a real bummer as a consultant. So if you want to ask and you want to look at the company and you want to see, are these products consumable? Almost every single product of Arbonne's, except for like the Genius Ultra, I think it's the only one, either goes down the drain or down the toilet. And they're consumable, and what happens is people reorder. And let me tell you, there is nothing like waking up the next morning and you have orders in the system because somebody placed an order online while you were sleeping. I still have people ordering for my very first Arbonne presentation that was 3 years ago. I mean, talk about residual income. I put in an hour 3 years ago and I'm still getting paid off of it. There is serious power in that because it creates this snowball effect on your paycheck that you will love. And again, I mentioned earlier, they're everyday products. I'm not asking people to buy something that they're not already using. I'm just offering up a different brand that I believe is safer and works better. You want to look for a company whose products have high marketplace demand. And Arbonne hits this one in spades. Health and beauty is one of the 3 recession-proof industries: alcohol, tobacco, and health and beauty. People care about it, and even when money's tight, they still spend money on it. And the fact is that the health industry, whether it's clean products or it's healthy living products like nutrition products, man, that is an industry that is skyrocketing. It is the thing right now, and we have those products. So you want to make sure you're looking at a company that is on the upswing in terms of what products they carry. And lastly, you want to make sure you love the products. I mean, people all the time tell me, well, I'm not a salesperson. And I'm like, I get it. I'm not a salesperson. That was one of my biggest fears, actually. But the fact is we all do network marketing all the time. There's a restaurant down the road, best margaritas you will ever have in your entire life. I tell people about it all the time. You know what? They don't pay me to refer people to them for margaritas, but I'm still sending people there. When I see a movie I like, I tell people, and then the people go see it. With Arbonne, I'm telling people about products that I love and that I believe in, but I just happen to get a little kickback from it. So when you're looking at any company, whether it's Arbonne or you're looking at something else, you really need to ask yourself those questions about the products. Are they consumable? Are they everyday products? Are they high demand products? And do I like them? The second big category I tell people you need to look at is, what kind of support would you be offered as a consultant? Are you just going to be thrown to the wolves? Is it you sign up and they're like, good luck, I hope you're successful, because that does happen in a lot of companies, but I will tell you that does not happen in Arbonne. We have a known, proven system for success. If you follow it, you're going to get up to the top of the company. We have a billion trainings. We have groups that you can be plugged into. We have events like this one that you can plug your clients into. You don't even have to do it yourself, but you can still reap the benefits. We have ready-made materials, so you're not having to create things at all. We have mentoring from all levels. I have been mentored by people that don't even benefit from my business. They just genuinely want to see me succeed. And that's crazy amazing. And, when I started, my sponsor, she helped me with every single event I had my first few months. So just rest assured that if you decide to do this, you don't have to figure this out on your own. We are here for you. We are a team. I see a large part of my job as being helping other people be successful. Like, that is a large part of my job. But really look at, is the company providing support? Because I will tell you, network marketing and this business, it's simple. There is nothing complicated about it. It is a simple business, but it's not always easy. And when it's not easy, you need that team behind you to offer support and guidance. All right, so the third piece of the puzzle when you're looking at doing something like this, one of these things, has to do with compensation. So I'm gonna take a little side step, then I'm gonna go over our compensation, and then I'm gonna talk to you about two critical components to compensation plans I had no idea about, but I can see big time now, and I just try to tell everyone about it because, I'll tell you in a minute. All right, my side step. A big part of what makes this business so powerful is this idea of time leveraging. And basically what it means is I, Brandi, am going to do my 10 hours a week working for Arbonne. So I do my 10 to 15 hours, and then I train 5 other people to do the same. So I'm doing my 10 hours, and then they're doing their 10 hours. None of us are doing a ton. Our lives are not Arbonne, but we're all doing a little bit. Well, I'm getting paid on all 50 of those hours, which is powerful. So that's what creates this exponential growth in your paycheck and in your volume, because you don't have to do everything. It's a team effort. So in Arbonne, we have 4 levels of management. So I can post this later if you want, but everyone starts as a consultant. It's like a rectangle. You just need a picture. Everyone starts on the same level, and everyone can go up to whatever level they want. But consultants typically make between $50 and $200 a month. Whenever I was a consultant, I made more than that both months, but it's really what you do, what you put into it. Most people remain at the consultant level for 1 to 3 months. We really try to get everyone promoted to district manager by 3 months. So district manager is the first management level. You get your first pay raise, and the pay level for it is $200 to $1,000 a month. And we kind of call this car payment level, because for most people that would cover a car payment, and for a lot of people that amount of money is just enough to take stress off of their family. So it's a powerful level, even though it's our first promotion level. The second level is area manager. That's where I am currently, and area managers on average make between $1,000 to $4,000 a month. Another amazing thing about being an area manager is my business is willable, which means that if something happened to me and my clients kept ordering, my family still gets my paychecks. I have yet to find another company who will continue to pay you after you pass away. So this is huge, because it takes it from more than just a now thing to a legacy thing. So area manager is pretty amazing. Regional vice president is the next level, and that's the level that I'm currently going for. It has a monthly average income of $4,000 to $14,000 a month. For a lot of people, including me, that is replacement income plus. That's a really powerful level. And then on top of that, you get a car bonus for a free white Mercedes. And let me tell you, currently driving an 8-year-old minivan, and I'm really looking forward to having a brand new white Mercedes. And the top level is national vice president, and they make on average $22,000 a month. But honestly, the sky's the limit. There are national vice presidents that make 6 figures a month. Some other benefits, we get cash bonuses, we have the car program, we have the Willable program, and there's travel opportunities. Just this past year, I earned the trip, and my best friend and I got to go on an all expense paid vacation to Mexico for a week, where we got $3,000 to spend at the resort. All these people are going on excursions, and we're like, we'll see you later. We're going to be in the spa. And I mean, it was the most amazing week with my best friend for free, just for doing my job. So there's all sorts of opportunities and fun incentives and all kinds of great things that you can earn through Arbonne. So that's kind of our general pay scale. And like I said, this is just like a mini DA, so I'm not going to go into how you're paid, but if this is something you're looking at, I'm happy to go through that in detail. If you're looking at other companies, the 2 big things that you need to look for in a compensation plan: how do you promote? So in Arbonne, promotions are based off volume, period. And where that volume comes from, it really doesn't matter. I could do all the volume on my own if that's what I wanted to do. It's not the smartest way to work, but I could. But I have some friends, 2 of them, in fact, who both, with the companies they work with, have had the volume to promote to the next level for like a year. And the level they're looking at is equivalent to our regional vice president, that, $4,000 to $14,000 range. And they've had the volume for it for a year, but they can't get the promotion because they don't have person 1, 2, and 3 in place A, B, and C. In other words, they both need people to promote to a certain level so that they can promote. And let me tell you, you don't want your promotions to depend on anyone else, because no one is going to care about your goals as much as you are. And honestly, it's not fair to put that on people. If you have a goal, it's up to you to meet it. And I love in Arbonne, it doesn't matter. I could have a team of nothing but consultants, not have a single manager on my team, but if we're doing the volume for RVP, I go RVP. Or I could have a team with just 3 area managers on it and nobody else, and that's fine. I can still go RVP as long as I'm doing that volume. So really look at, what does the promotions count on? You don't want to have to depend on other people being in certain places and having your same drive to achieve your goals. The second thing I would look for is, does the company allow for impact to happen in life? Since I started Arbonne, my daughter's had an open heart surgery, 2 heart caths, and I've gone through a divorce. And through all of those big impacts, I have never lost my promotion. But there's 2 aspects to look at on this. So in Arbonne, we call it a performance account. Think of it like a savings account. So if I go above what I have to do for my level every month, all the extra gets put in the savings account. And so then if I have impact and I don't meet my maintenance requirement, it pulls from the savings account. And that's incredible. Most companies, if you don't hit that maintenance in 1 month, you lose where you are. And the second part of that is, if you lose your level, do you lose your team? In most companies, the answer is yes. If you move down, your team gets placed underneath the person above you, and you can never get them back. So let's say you were building your business for 3 years and you have this huge impact happen, and you do lose your level because your performance account runs out, and your team goes up. They continue to go up. In Arbonne, if you start reworking your business, you get your team back. Like once you get back to that level, they go back underneath you. Most companies, that's not the case. Even if you build back up, that team is gone forever. And I just encourage you that if you are going to invest your time in building a business, that you make sure that business can always be yours. I've had, just like the 2 people who can't promote, I have had friends have impact happen who had built incredible businesses, and they lost every single person on their team and their organization because of one impact that happened. And it's just so unfortunate. So if you're looking at Arbonne, you're looking at other companies, those are just really important things to look at. And I'm really proud of Arbonne for having things built in that account for life to happen. So in general, and I'm pretty much done unless you guys have, I'm going to ask about questions in a second. Some other things I just love, you can go as fast or slow as you want. I have big goals now, but when I started, I had a small goal, and it's okay. And you can move as fast and slow as you want. There's multiple ways to build this business. Getting groups of people together is like a bang for your buck because you get more in front of more than one person. But maybe you just want to do one-on-ones. Maybe you just want to plug people into events like this. Maybe you just want to build through healthy living. It's your choice. There's lots of ways to build. And you are in control. Like, you are in control of what happens. And that's so empowering that there's nobody above you. You know, in corporate America, sometimes you want to get to a position, and the only way you're going to get to that position is if somebody dies or somebody's fired. And you kind of hate to wish that on anyone, right? But there's only so many vice presidents and CEOs of a company. And I love that with Arbonne, that's not how it is. You're in control. And if that's your goal, you can get there. There's plenty of room for everyone. It's not dependent on people above you. It's not dependent on people below you. It's just you. So my idea for tonight, I'm not sure how many people are watching, was that if you guys had some questions, I'm happy to answer. You can type them up. And if you're watching this on playback and you have questions pop up, please type them. Maybe tag me because I don't always get notifications. It's weird. And I thought I would run through a few frequently asked questions I've just gotten over the years, and then I've got a quick closing, like 2 minutes. One of the questions I get a lot is there a monthly minimum? And the answer to that is no, there isn't. If you didn't do any sales for 1 month, you are still an Arbonne consultant. There are, as you go through management levels, maintenance requirements, but there is no like minimum you have to do. Is there required auto ship? The answer to that is no. I get a lot of times I'm too busy, and y'all, there's nobody who's not too busy. I mean, it's just, you've got to be realistic. Everyone is busy. We all have stuff. It's just what's our priorities. The great thing about Arbonne is you can fit it in your nooks and your crannies. You have 5 minutes while you're waiting to pick up your kid from baseball practice, shoot 2 or 3 people a message. Before you sit down to watch your TV show at night, do 1 or 2 things to invite people to. It's a nooks and crannies business. My life is not Arbonne. Arbonne fits into my life. It's why I don't want to go back to teaching, because I wouldn't have control over those hours. But with Arbonne, I have control over my work hours. And a lot of people think I don't know enough people. And y'all, first of all, with Facebook now, we all know people. Like, you look at people's friends list, it's like 500 to 1,000 people. We all know people. But even if you didn't, it doesn't matter. It's not about who you know, it's about who you know knows. Because what happens is you meet people through people. And if I look at my team right now, I only knew 2 people on my team before I did Arbonne, which is really amazing. I haven't gotten any questions, so I'm going to just move on to the closing. My team is incredible, and so whoever invited you to this is incredible, but they're not mind readers. So I would ask you to just let them know, hey, I watched the video, and here are my thoughts, and maybe even give them a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is never say the word Arbonne to me again. 5 is, I'm really interested in the products and possibly getting a few friends together to see what you do and hear more about what you do. I will tell you, if you want to help the person who invited you, getting a few friends together is such a great way to do that, because that's how we meet people outside of our network. 8 would be, I'm really curious about this business, but I have more questions. I need to know more information. We can get you that information. And 10 is, yes, sign me up. I get it. I'm on the train. Let's go. But let them know, because they can't know otherwise. And then in closing, I would just encourage you, people often ask, what if it doesn't work? What are people going to think if it doesn't work? First of all, people aren't going to pay your bills. So stop thinking about other people. Like, what is it that you want? But I encourage you to start asking, what if it does work? What could I do? What options and opportunities is it going to open up to my life that I wouldn't have otherwise? And, what do you really have to lose? Right now, the sign-up fee is $49. If you're already a preferred client, it's only $20. Like, it's nothing. It's not much of an investment. And, you're going to end up with healthier skin and maybe a healthier body if you're using the nutrition. Like, it's a win-win. The bigger question is to ask, what do I lose if I don't do this? And, the hard part about this question is you can't possibly know till you're there. But let me tell you, if I did not have Arbonne when I just went through my divorce, I would be in such a different place. I wouldn't have been able to rent my house because I wouldn't have had income to show. I would have had to go back to whatever job I could find, even if it wasn't a good fit. And I had a lot to lose. I had a ton of choices to lose if I had not said yes to Arbonne. And my upline, Susie, Her husband retired at 36. Oh my gosh, like it like blows my mind. 36. And Susie and her husband are home with their 4 girls. Y'all, if she hadn't said yes to Arbonne 12 years ago, she would have had a lot to lose. Her life would look completely different. I mean, her kids have gotten to go to Hawaii on Arbonne's dime like 4 or 5 times. Like, these are things you can't, there's so much in life we cannot anticipate. So, you know, really ask yourself, what do I have to lose to do this? And what do I have to lose not to do this? That's probably the bigger question. You know, Arbonne is a tool, it's a vehicle to create the life of design that you want. It's an opportunity to start dreaming again and start visioning again, to take control of your life. And you know, it's a fit for some people, it's not a fit for others. We totally get it. But we would love for you to really take it into deep consideration, ask your questions, find out the info. Don't say no, N-O, until you know, K-N-O-W, all of the answers. Because it is really an incredible opportunity. I love our products, but I'm telling you, the business opportunity is my favorite thing that we have because I've seen the lives it changes. But anyway, whether it's a fit for you or not, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for talking to your consultant. Thank you for being a part of this tonight. We just really appreciate it, and we would love to hear from you. So ask your questions, get with your consultant. Don't hesitate. There is no stupid question, and we are happy to answer it. But thank you guys so much, and I hope you all have a wonderful night.